Alright, hello, my name is J.D. Anderson, and today I'm going to talk about why rodeo is a topic that some people criticize, saying it's animal cruelty, but there's rules and regulations by the PRCA, the Professional Rodeo Cowboys Association, that has a well-set regulations and rules that the committee has to follow up, and all the athletes and the stock contractors. The first people that have to follow and comply by these rules are the stock contractors. Their animals, that's their livelihood, is having the stock that they take to rodeos. So all their bucking horses, their calves, their steers, their bulls, all them animals have to be well taken care of. And Jim Corco said that if you don't take care of your animals, they won't take care of you, and that he wants everybody to know that animals are part of his family because they're his livelihood. So all his animals are treated just like you would treat a kid. You feed your kid before you feed yourself. So just like he does, he feeds his stock before he feeds himself, because that's what makes his money and that's what makes his living. They are provided well organized transportation by these people, by the stock contractors. There's special trailers built for these animals to get transported around the country, and certain regulations of how long an animal could be in a trailer. When the animals aren't competing, these stock contractors let their animals run free on their ranch, and so they're not cooped up. And I like to say that they have 8 seconds of fame, and then after that they can go do whatever they want. There might be a little time they're confined in a trailer or whatever, but there's enough room that they're comfortable, and it keeps them all safe and want them to keep rodeoing. And these guys, the stock contractors, are the writers of the rule book, and they prepare all the rules, so their stock is taken care of. Another people who enforce the rules are the judges. There's 60 different rules that these judges enforce. One being that make sure all the animals are taken care of, they're healthy, because if the animals aren't healthy, they can't compete. They have a lot of training. There's usually 4 to 5 judges at each PRCA rodeo, and they watch every performance and critique every little deal. So say if a calf gets hurt or breaks a leg and it was the athlete's fault, the athlete will get fined for that calf, and will probably more than likely be fined double of what the calf is worth, just because it's trying to meet a purpose. Another deal is the rodeo equipment. All that equipment is well taken care of to make sure the animal is not harmed, rubbed, or any sores are created on the animal. In the bareback riding, on their bareback rigging, it is set perfectly back on their withers, and that's at the break of their shoulders, just right at the back, right on the top of their back. There's a foam pad that goes underneath that rawhide rigging, so it doesn't create a force and poke down any sharp edges on that deal, and it just covers all them sharp edges if there was any on there. And in the bronc riding and the bareback riding, they use nylon or cotton cinches so they don't rub the horses or their area on their chest. And all their flank straps used on these animals are double layered in sheepskin, and people say that these flank straps that's what hurts animals. And when I was talking to one of the judges, he said that over his 32 years of competing or being a judge at these rodeos or any kind of sanction of the PRCA. He has not seen one animal being hurt because of the filling strap, and this guy's name was Marty Jandrew. Another thing is bulls. During a bull ride, they have bull ropes. It's a loosely braided rope that has nothing on it that's sharp or anything. In all the rough stock events, there has to, on their spurs, the rowels is what spins on the back of the spur. So like say if somebody walks down the street, you can hear like a clunk or like a zing. Those are called rowels. Those rowels are not supposed to be sharp, and they're all ground off. The PRCA judges will inspect all of this equipment to make sure it's good to go. The chutes are are perfect for the animals because there's nothing in those chutes to hurt the animals, and they're safe enough for the riders to get in and to get on the animals safely. Sometimes people say it's like the dangerous spot for a rough stock rider is to get in the chutes, and that's very true because it's such a confined area for a wild animal to be in. But all that is the rider's fault if the animal is that way. So the chutes are well maintained and in proper form to take care of these animals and make sure none of them get hurt. Another thing is at every rodeo there has to be vet inspections, and at every PRCA sanctioned rodeo there is a vet on site from 2 days before the rodeo starts to a day after the rodeo is over, and those vets will check out every horse that goes into that area, all the stock, and make sure they're all healthy, because if an animal isn't healthy it cannot compete. The vet inspects all animals to make sure there's no stimulants in these animals to make them perform better or to make them do worse or whatever. Say if somebody wants to drug an animal. As through this speech, I just want to say that rodeo is not animal cruelty. As you can see, there's a lot of precautions that go through to keep all the animals safe. The riders want to keep everything safe because that's what they do for a living, and that's how they make their living. And all the stock contractors want to make a living, so they want to make sure everything's safe. So if there's problems, people will get fined, and people will get punished for harming these animals. And this is just to make sure that through all these precautions and all the rules that the PRCA enforces, that make sure that everything is perfect and all animals will stay safe. Thank you.